Dude. Do you literally have nothing?
I have nothing.
Okay, then fine. I mean, Jesus. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating that every week it's like, all of a sudden we don't have a plan, and heaven forbid I need to just try and come up with some stuff on the spot. Don't put too much pressure on me. I'll crumble under it all. I had a bad week, so now I'm gonna be a fucking menace when it comes to doing this shit because I had a terrible week.
Is that me?
Yeah, that's you.
Wow. That's fun.
No, it's not. It's annoying.
Tell me how you really feel.
It's tiresome. It's old.
Okay.
It's SMSoup. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to SMSoup, the #1 podcast with soup in the name but not on the brain. I'm Spencer.
And I'm Shelby.
And together we're here to take you on a journey through life's biggest questions like, waiter, how is the soup made? Shelby, how are you? Grogu.
I'm good. It really is classic that it can be so quiet in this house. And then the minute we go to do something like this, Grogu decides this is his moment to come get in our dog's face and tell her how much he doesn't like her. He just screams it real loud. I'm pretty good, Spencer. How are you?
I'm good. What a week. What a weeks it's been.
What a weeks. We celebrated our 100th episode.
Celebrated our 100th episode. Give it up for episode 100, everybody.
Yay. I'm sure it has so many clicks when everyone saw how long it was and they said this is worth it.
Yep.
How'd you feel about recording that?
I felt good about it.
In short.
I thought the episode went really well.
Yeah.
I hope people actually listen to it.
Yeah. We have been had that on the calendar for months. We were as soon as I think we realized we were in the 60s or 70s in episodes, we were we're doing a 100th episode, aka 100 minutes long of an episode.
Yeah, we've planned that since the start of the year.
Yeah. You good? My God, get cozy, won't you?
We've had that plan since the beginning of the year.
We have had that plan since the beginning of the year.
We have.
And it was a good time. We've been literally talking about recording it for weeks. And it's crazy that it's over.
Head's itchy.
Are you all right?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah. And now it's gone.
And now that's it.
And that was it.
The end.
But yeah, I really hope people listen to it. It's for something to have been an idea for so long and then to finally execute on it.
Yeah.
Is
it's a weird after feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. But also knowing that I won't, don't want to spoil it, but
yeah.
It's obviously already one big bit.
Yeah.
Yet there's aftershock, SMSoup the movie is the earthquake. And there's still an aftershock to come.
Okay.
And I'm really excited for that too,
yeah.
know? So yeah. Yeah.
It is always just funny because it genuinely, I know it sounds so dumb to even be talking about it because it's it already happened. What else is there to say? But it really was something that came up in conversation between us on a bi-weekly basis, at least.
Yeah.
If not more.
Yeah.
So I think that's the part that's funny is I feel in the back of my head we talked about it so much that should there still be something I'm doing pertaining to it? But no, it's done.
Well, also we had to keep bringing it up. We had to keep talking about it so that we wouldn't forget because the window on it was very tight.
Yes. Well, of course, because
the bit is
you
for the 100th episode, we release an episode that is 100 minutes.
Yes.
So, you really do only have one opportunity.
Right.
at doing that. So if you all of a sudden are going and you're like, oh my God, this is our 102nd episode.
We missed it. Yeah. Yeah.
And like, there's really no other like milestone. Because then, I think we made the joke either during the episode or you and I made the joke outside of it. But it's like, you really can't do this again.
No.
Like 100 works perfectly because 100 minutes is like
Long.
But, like for episode
you can't
200,
go beyond that. No.
episode 200 would be 3 hours and 20 minutes if
Yeah,
you were to
no.
do the whole like a minute per for the episode number.
No.
Like you can't do that.
No.
Like
No
there
one
are
wants that.
like, yeah. So, 100 really is kind of the sweet spot because like it's a meaningful number. It's long enough that the bit is like worth it. But it's also not too long that it hopefully wouldn't like dissuade anybody from watching it.
Yeah.
Or listening.
Yeah. But it's over now.
It's the perfect episode for a long drive, a flight, a terrible 8-hour workday. I mean, it really is like peak background noise episode for a whole 100 minutes.
Definitely.
I think for the most part. Would you say that for the most part this is a background noise podcast?
Yes, because we're not really talking about anything.
Normally we're not really talking about anything.
No. You don't have to pay attention.
If you could have a superpower but outside of the traditional ones, what would you want your superpower to be? What's like an everyday superpower?
I would love.
And to be clear, you can't choose like flying.
Yeah.
Can't choose invisibility.
Yeah.
It's gotta be something that's like really out there. I'm not saying that no hero has it in comic books because there's plenty. Like if you were like, I want to have staplers as my hands, there might be a stapler man.
There's definitely a stapler man. My superpower would be, what is it? What would it be called to just like create matter? Like you create new things, but I can only create food.
So your superpower would be like food.
Yeah.
Snap your fingers. There's food.
Yeah.
Okay.
But with every superpower, there's limitations.
Okay.
So like I can only, let's say like I have to really be able to like picture the food, right? Or it comes out a little wrong.
Okay.
But then like also I can't just like whip up like a 5-course meal. Like I don't have that level of power.
Okay.
So it's like if the dream would be like, hey, whip me up a Thanksgiving meal, you might get like a third of it.
Like or like you'd get like a plate.
Yeah.
Like
right. Like you're not getting a whole table of food.
Yeah,
I don't want to be unrealistic here.
Yeah. Like you could like snap your fingers and create a happy meal.
Yeah.
Like you could create like a main, a side.
Yeah.
Maybe a second side.
Right.
And a dessert?
Sure.
Or no?
Oh, dessert for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like it's one of those things where like you snap your fingers, but like you've had to like sit there and like think about it.
Yeah.
So it could be one of those things where it's like you're like focusing and thinking about it, right? And then right as you're about to snap, I go,
spaghetti.
Why is all this cum here? And then you snap your fingers and then
everything tastes a little salty.
Well, I was just gonna say everything's covered in cum.
Oh. Is that a food? Is it?
Well,
like that's what I'm saying. It's food I'm able to conjure, but I was trying to go along with the thought process of if I'm not focused, the food comes out wrong.
I gotcha. It tastes a little off.
It tastes a little off.
Yeah.
Like if I don't have it right, or if I don't fully understand what it is I'm trying to make.
But it could be like what you said, where it's like spaghetti, like
and then there's like spaghetti on your burger, and it's like, God damn it, why'd you say that? Yeah, like I think that would be my power because I love food.
Okay.
I do love to cook, but on days or weeks in time where I don't want to, I'd love to just come home and be like, ooh, what do you want? And we could like talk about it and we'd like nail all the details and then I could just snap and it would be right there. Wouldn't that be incredible?
That would be pretty incredible. That's a good one.
What would be your day to day? And I just think it would bring itself to being really funny if like I don't get it right. Because we'd be like, okay, this time really think about.
I've never really considered like what superpower would I want that if I fucked up using my superpower, at least it would be funny. That's a really interesting way of thinking about it. Especially when like the stakes are like substance, like food you're
Mhm.
going to be eating, like
Mhm.
probably the least funny thing to mess up, but sure.
Okay, it's not funny when I like mess up a meal.
No, it's not. It's really not. Because 9 times out of 10, it's avoidable.
Mhm.
And
All right.
then 1 times out of 10, um, no, you're really annoying about it when you like mess up stuff.
Yeah.
It's not funny.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
All right.
You're all like, oh, I fucked this up. I did it. I did this out of order. I didn't put enough of this in, and then I put too much of this in. I opened the pepper and just dumped half the fucking container on our mac and cheese. That's you.
Dude, that was years ago.
And then me, I'm just sitting there going, thank you. Thank you for the food. This is delicious. And you're like, oh, this fucking sucks. And again, 9 times out of 10, it's avoidable. And then the 1 time, it's just like, who cares? But yeah, no, it's hilarious. I can see it. I can see the comedy.
What would be your superpower?
I think my superpower would be,
Stapler hand.
yeah, stapler hands. I think my superpower would be, like, not that I actually have control over this necessarily, right? This is just like it's like a passive trait. That if I do anything like remotely like wrong or embarrassing, the person who was there for it just immediately forgets and like has no idea that it happened. But like I
Who's
don't.
deciding if it's embarrassing?
Well, it would be by their
The
like
minute-
standards.
Oh, really? It's not just the minute you feel shame.
Me?
Yeah.
No. It's like it's only if they like feel bad for me.
Oh.
So, like-
Whoa.
You know how like if you like stumble while you walk?
Yeah, I did that yesterday.
Yeah.
2 days ago.
Yeah. Like something like that.
Yeah.
Right? Like if the person who witnessed you do that feels like you gave them the ick, basically, they like immediately forget about it.
Mm.
So like nobody ever
They
gets
forget why they feel weird.
No, they just don't even feel it.
Oh. They like start to, and then they're just like nothing.
Yeah, and then it's just like
Interesting.
yeah.
Interesting. I kind of wanted it to be every time you feel like an ounce of like shame or embarrassment, everyone just like, yeah, like forgets the last 15 seconds. But like as someone who just has anxiety, you would just feel it all the time.
Everybody who has everybody?
Everyone in your vicinity.
Everybody in my vicinity.
Yeah.
How big of a radius?
Let's say within 30 feet of you.
Because if
If you're in a public space, people see that shit.
yeah. Well, I'm more so thinking about the shame I feel in my private life.
Oh. So then just Grogu would constantly forget what he just saw.
Yeah.
And he already didn't.
I'm
know
not
what
saying
was going
anybody
on.
sees it
Right.
either.
Well, then, yeah, then like our neighbors would
Right.
just forget. They'd
They would just be
forget what
like-
they were just doing.
Right.
Yeah, they'd be like, that was weird.
Why did that just happen?
Why did I just come in this room? That's actually what happens every time you go upstairs and you're like, why did I come up here? That means someone within 30 feet of you
Somebody was
just got embarrassed.
straight working it. And by it, I mean my peanuts.
Yours. Anyway.
I'm saying the shame that I feel.
Yeah.
But
100%. But I was thinking more
I gotta
like,
think about the limitation though.
like you would just feel embarrassed being a somewhat anxious person. And people would just forget. Like, but no one would have picked up that anything happened.
No, see, it's like more of a coin flip, you know? Because like I might still feel embarrassed, but the person like who watched me trip
doesn't care.
care.
You would really learn a lot about the people around you very quickly.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
Because then it would just be all out of like, I can't believe that happened. And they'd be like, don't worry about it. And I'd be like, oh, okay, cool.
Right.
Or they'd be like, what just happened? And
Mhm.
I'd be like, oh my God.
Oh my God, they're embarrassed for me.
They would have been embarrassed for me. They have no idea, Shelby.
Right.
You're not really keeping up with this. Basically, I can't possibly give anybody the ick is my superpower.
Is that your greatest fear?
No, but I feel like that's like a really good, like,
It is.
passive
It is.
superpower to have.
Yeah.
Also, I'm a super awkward person.
Yeah,
I
that's what I was saying with my
I
view
know,
of it.
but I'm saying that that's kind of like the trade-off. Like, I
Gotcha.
have no control over it, and it's not all on my side. So I can still feel embarrassed. If I trip, I'm gonna feel embarrassed, and I need to keep feeling embarrassed. But I'm on my toes because there's a 50-50 shot that the person I'm with isn't embarrassed. And if they aren't embarrassed, they witnessed me trip, and they're like, "You're good." And if they are embarrassed, they aren't because they forgot already. But I still feel embarrassed no matter
All right,
what.
ready for this? You fell down the stairs. They're embarrassed for you. They forget, but they now just see you on the floor. And it's an endless cycle.
They just keep like
Oh my God, what happened?
They just keep short circuiting until I get up, dust myself off, and then go, "All right, you ready to go?" And then they're like, "Why are you limping?"
Just
And then they
never
short
did.
circuit again.
That would be really funny.
That'd be mine. That'd be like my like every day. I wish. So that way, at the very least, and then maybe I would be a little less embarrassed about things
Yeah,
because like I'd be like more and more comfortable with the fact that like there's no way somebody would like feel any sort of way. So there's nothing to be embarrassed about.
Gotcha. No, I hear you. I
But
like
what's
it.
really interesting, right? Like thinking about it from this standpoint, say I'm wearing stripes.
Embarrassing.
Somebody
is
that
it?
might give somebody the ick,
Right.
right?
Sure.
Just out in public.
Sure.
So then you're like walking with somebody, the royal you,
Yeah.
just a random person's walking with another random person, and their friend is just short circuiting as I walk
Right.
across the street.
Right. That would be funny.
So again, it's like one of those things where it's like I have no control over it. It's completely It's not like I can't just snap my fingers and be like, "You're not embarrassed for me."
Right.
You know?
Right. Are you saying all that because I did trip 2 days ago and you were embarrassed for me?
No.
You're like, I wish I could forget.
No. That has nothing to do with anything. But no, please bring it back up and make it about yourself. I'm tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it.
I have something I want to talk about.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
This week I did outdoor go-karting.
Okay. Then what happened?
That was electric.
Then you went home.
And then I went home. Then I went
Got some
to
BBQ.
Lancaster Barbecue, I think is what it's called.
Okay.
And I think it's like a semi-chain.
Okay.
Dude. So the waitress comes up to us. And we're like all talking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with 3 other people to set the scene. We're all talking. She comes up. She's like, "How y'all doing?" Like,
We were like, man, excuse me.
It's
we're
like
talking.
we're talking. We're fine. She just had like zero like she couldn't work with us. There was just like no charisma. 2 people on the other side of the table, they each got Cokes.
Okay.
And then I got a Sprite, and then the person next to me got a Sprite.
Okay.
That's funny. There's something there. There's comedy.
What?
You got 2 people on the same side ordering the same thing. Now you got 2 people on the other side. They're also happening to order the same thing, but it's different from the people across from them.
Okay.
That's funny.
Hysterical.
Right?
I don't know. I guess I had to be there. You telling it's not very funny, but
Damn, that's crazy. Basically, how it happened was somebody ordered Coke.
sure.
Person across from me ordered Coke.
I'll also take
So
a
now the
Coke.
2 people had the Coke,
Right.
right? And then I said,
You're looking at a 50-50. This person's either going to order a Coke or they're
Or
going
they're
to
not
throw
gonna
a
order a
curveball
Coke.
in here.
so I ordered a Sprite.
You're like, whoa, curveball.
And then I turned to the person next to me and I was just like, decision time.
Right.
Coke versus Sprite?
Right.
And he goes, yeah, you know what? I am going to get a Sprite because Coke's a little too spicy for me.
No.
Just like,
Yeah.
And she just
Oh yeah, that's not fun.
Right? Like no, just like no like acknowledgement of that. Just
I
like
mean, maybe she,
just like
you know,
really.
just like I want to go home.
Then she's talking to us and she's like going through like
Sure.
some specials and stuff like that. And
Sure.
she's like, and by the way, we got pork chops back, but they're not on the menu. What are you saying to me right now? That is
I hate that.
like, why did you say it like
Don't
that?
tell me that.
Why did you say it like that?
Either scribble it in the
We got
margin.
pork chops back on the menu. As in, like, what? Like, when did they leave? Like,
Well,
are you saying like?
I'm assuming she thinks you've been there before.
Are you saying that this was like a staple
Maybe.
of the place,
Maybe.
or are you telling me that like you ran out earlier,
Well, then.
but they're back now?
Sure.
That's kind of almost how it sounded.
Okay. Right. Like maybe they were a special, but
Right.
they ran out and now they have more.
Which is also weird.
That is weird.
Just like the whole like vibe
Yeah.
of it. And then she like added one other thing where it was just like, and we do it like we can do it like anything else, like grilled, fried,
Oh.
deep fried, something else.
chops?
And I was just like, please leave, please let us
Man,
go.
we were talking. I think that would be my least favorite thing about being a waitress on top of people sucking. Well, sorry, people suck. Second, this would be my least favorite thing. Is you are just constantly interrupting something that's happening.
Yeah.
And my like inability to impose on other people
See, but like
would be dying inside.
yeah, I just feel like you can time it, you know.
You can, but I also understand you have a lot going on,
also-
and you're just trying to like.
But that's the thing.
Was it empty?
Oh my god, dude. We might as well have just been the only 4 people in there. It was so empty.
Sure.
And like also like I don't know, like for me if I was a waiter, right, and like there's a table laughing, having a good time, it's just like
You start laughing as you walk up to them. And everyone goes, hey, that will get them to stop immediately.
You stole my bit right out from underneath me. I was literally just gonna be like, what are we laughing about? You just pull like the Michael Scott where it's just like, I love inside jokes. I hope to be a part of one day.
Right. Please include me.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. People are laughing. I'd be like, ha. What can I get you to drink?
I would die if a waiter, like if a wait staff just came up and did that. I would be really uncomfortable, but then I would laugh. And that person would get an extra tip.
Like chew before swallowing.
Shut up.
Okay.
Well, how was go-karting? Tell me how go-karting
It was good. It was electric.
Oh, that was really all you had to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if
would
you've
you do
ever-
it again?
I don't know if you've ever done outdoor go-karting, dear
I
listeners.
have not.
Dear listeners. These things got up to 55 miles per hour.
That sounds really scary.
I mean, like, it is.
Yeah.
Did
you wear a helmet?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have a helmet, like a neck brace. You're strapped in.
You have a neck brace?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
an actual neck brace?
Yeah.
Wow.
But, like, you're going 55 miles per
Yeah,
hour
dude. That's
in the wide
scary.
open
Yeah.
on a tiny ass, like,
Right.
I imagine it's comparable to riding a motorcycle.
Right.
Because a motorcycle can go,
Right.
I mean, a motorcycle can go faster than 55 miles per hour, right?
Right.
But like, I imagine it's comparable to that.
That's
and so if you
crazy.
have ridden a motorcycle, this will feel like nothing to you.
Right.
But if you've only ever driven in a car that is 10 times the size of one of these things, it is fucking weird.
Yeah.
It is so weird.
Yeah.
But no, it was a lot of fun.
It was electric.
It was cool. It was like a rush once you actually like got going.
I'm sure.
I would
Did you get to
definitely
do like a
recommend.
warm-up lap or anything, or they just threw you into it?
No, the whole thing is basically like a warm because like it's not actually like a race in terms of like position.
Okay.
It's a race in terms of who can get the fastest time. So you get 10 minutes to do your fastest lap.
Gotcha.
And each lap takes, for me, my average time was like 80 some seconds.
Okay.
The fastest time of anybody's lap in our group was like 65 seconds, and then
Wow.
like the leaderboard is like 63
Wow.
or something like that for like the fastest ever.
Did you like bump into anyone?
I didn't bump into anybody, but I did have people bump into me.
That's scary.
Yes.
Yeah, I hate that.
And it was rude.
Yeah.
They were just being rude, flat out.
Did you flip them off like on the road?
No, they flipped me off. Did I not tell you this?
You didn't tell me anything. Did they actually flip you off?
Somebody flipped me off. I could have sworn I told you
No,
this.
you didn't.
No.
No.
They were like randos.
Yeah, I know they were randos.
And yeah, one of them like whipped by me and flipped me off.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then afterwards, he came up to me and was like, "Oh, I thought you were my buddy." I was wearing a blue hoodie and like short black shorts.
That's so funny.
So like they were like they were riding up as I'm sitting there, right?
Right.
And his buddy was also wearing
that outfit.
Short black shorts
and a blue hoodie.
a dark green hoodie.
Ooh, fool.
So
that's so funny, actually. Though.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah,
that's fine, I guess.
I mean, he acknowledged it, so I feel like that was an accident.
Yeah, maybe.
You really think he wouldn't say something if he really meant it? You think he would say something if he actually meant it?
I don't know.
How much were your knees like up in the air?
They were up.
Yeah. I'm just trying to picture how big these are.
They aren't.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was fun.
I'm glad you had fun.
I want to take my dad there.
Okay. This should be fun.
Yeah. Cool.
You describing it, I'm like, I know I would do it, but it really doesn't sound that appealing. Like, it kind of just sounds stressful to me.
I mean, it is, but also, like, the nice thing is, like, it's 10 minutes.
Right. Like, it's not like
you
you're
do it and you're
for,
done.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. But I really am. Like, if there were a lot of other people there, I'd be, like, a little stressed out.
Yeah.
But. Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's something I want to talk about.
What do you want to talk about? Oh, God.
We've gone to 2 weddings this year. We've been going to a lot of... What?
No.
Why?
No.
What?
You don't get to before the episode.
Yeah.
The episode where we said we were going to talk about wedding stuff.
Uh-huh.
You don't get to come in before the episode and go, what are we talking about?
I was literally just checking if there was anything I should know before we start. Because sometimes we're like, oh, we want to talk about this, but like, oh, but this came up, so we're going to like, that's next week.
Are we actually now talking about the wedding stuff?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
What?
I wouldn't have talked about all this other stuff if we were always going to do this.
Oh my God, dude.
You made it feel like you had nothing, so you made it feel like we needed a vamp.
I'm not giving... Do you want to talk about something else?
No.
I'm not like going in detail about the weddings. I'm going to talk about weddings in general.
Right, what we said we were going to do after the weddings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can I talk about it?
You made it seem like you had nothing.
I was literally checking to make sure what we were talking about. And you weren't giving me anything. So I was like, I have nothing. You
didn't say, hey, we're talking about the wedding stuff this week, right?
I asked, what are we talking about? And you kept not saying anything.
I was like, we can come up with stuff.
I was trying to check what you had.
You didn't tell me you had something.
Oh my God.
Why is this all on me?
Okay, cards on the table. Hey, I want to talk about weddings.
30 minutes ago, you should have brought that up.
Oh my God. So we've been going to a few weddings a year for the past few years. Nothing crazy. At least nothing crazy in my book. I don't know. We have some friends who go to like 3 times the amount of weddings we go to. So I don't really know where we stand in this wedding attendance hierarchy.
Do it. Talk about weddings.
Anyway, I don't want to shit on anyone's wedding in particular because it's their wedding and they should do anything they want to do.
Yes. So
I'm just talking about weddings in the grand scheme. As someone who barely had one, I want to talk about them. I started this list of my opinions on weddings. And then I realized I think most of my opinions come down to I am incredibly biased as a wedding attendee and I have a general distaste towards weddings the wedding industry. So most of my opinions come down to that as being the root cause or opinion. So one, across the board, I've realized I don't trust, and I've realized this in other areas of my life, but with weddings especially, this comes up very often. I have realized that I don't trust the motives of anything traditional being in a wedding.
Okay.
Like, even if someone were to be like, no, this is like literally what I believe in and what I value, I'd be like, I don't believe you. Because I immediately assume if it's like a traditional way of doing things, that people are just doing it because that's what you do and to like appease others.
Yeah.
Which I think is like a toss up, you know? Like, I would say no wedding we've gone to has been like uber traditional. Like, I'm not saying that. But as soon as there are certain
Some of them
traditional
have
things,
been like lift traditional.
yeah. But like lift traditional, what is that?
You agree?
I don't know why I
with
said
me?
yeah. What is that? Lift traditional?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Well, I would imagine it's the other option between Uber.
Oh, I hate you so much. I'd say some
You
of the
fucking agreed with
I
it.
know.
Dude, no, wait.
Dude.
No, wait. I said canonically, and then Shelby once tried to say it to sound smart and then used it wrong. Like, what a fucking idiot.
And we've been making jokes about it for the past month.
Yeah, at your expense.
Yeah.
You like join in, you're like, ha ha ha, we're laughing together. And it's like, no, we're laughing at you. You suck. Nobody loves you. Stop walking up to the table and saying, ha 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 ha. What drinks would you like?
I just don't trust them. I don't trust people that they're actually doing it because they want to. Which
Yeah,
isn't
it depends.
right inherently. Like, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm saying I'm very biased and have a problem with that.
Yeah, I mean, I would say one of my bigger issues with weddings is generally the family input.
Yes.
Cannot stand that.
Yeah.
Cannot stand. I cannot stand when like the people who are getting married are very like clear about what it is that they want, and then somehow, some way, family like nudges their way in and like changes things.
Yeah.
It's really frustrating
Mm-hmm.
when you see those things happen.
Yeah.
And like it can come down to literally anything, right?
Yeah.
Like literally any aspect of a wedding, from what people are wearing to like
The words that are
food.
being said in the ceremony.
Right.
The,
like
yeah.
literally anything.
Where
All
it's being
because
held, obviously.
one person has an opinion.
Yeah.
And it's like nobody, like it's one of those things where it's like not that like I think like Bridezilla has such like this like negative connotation.
But honestly,
But yeah, but
that's
like
the time.
literally,
Be
like
it.
I think there are people who get very like impractical
Yes.
about what it is that they want.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if the bride and groom decide to throw a bit of a tantrum because they say they want something and people are pushing back, it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
It is their day.
Right.
It is like this is the only time for anybody to like go me.
Right.
And I'll sit there and be like, I don't care.
Right.
And the other time when people are like, it's my birthday month, you know, playing traffic. But otherwise, yeah. What are we talking about?
So I do have some thought. I only have like 2 thoughts mainly.
What does canonical mean?
What does canonically mean?
And why do I keep agreeing with what Spencer's saying when
Before
I have no
realizing
idea
what he's saying? Yeah, great questions, great thoughts. So yeah, again, want to say that pretty much all my thoughts, if I were to sit here and nitpick weddings, are just that I don't trust most things that are done out of tradition. And I don't trust that they're being done for any other reason other than to appease someone or appear a certain way. So anyway, That's what I just wanted to say, blanket statement, 'cause I'm not really trying to offend anyone. I don't care what other people do. Anyway, when you're inviting people to a wedding, I am starting to believe to my core there should be a cap on that shit. There should be a limit. Like,
On
we
the
need to
number of
on the
people?
number of attendees.
Okay.
And I really don't think it should be above like 100. 100 is a lot of people. Like, a lot of people in a space for 4 to 6 hours of something. And I just think that if you are having people travel in from who knows where and, like, again, all sitting together, I'm just
Yeah.
like, why are there more than 100 people there? What? Every wedding I go to, I'm just like, why are there so many people here?
Yeah, why am I here?
Why am I here? No, like, honestly. Like, I'm happy to be cut from that list. I volunteer as tribute to be cut from the list. And I want to be clear, I've been happy to go to every wedding we've gone to.
Yeah.
I'm really not trying to, like, nitpick anything. It's just, like, I really am, like, if I were to sit down and, like, plan a wedding, which, again, we did not formally do.
Mm-hmm. No, but we had planned.
No way.
We had,
I don't even know if you and I would hit 100.
Shelby.
What?
Stop that.
What?
Literally, at one point, we, like, talked about who we would invite to a wedding if we were to do a wedding.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. And I said I would like to keep it under 100. And somehow we were suddenly at like 130 to 140 people because your inability to cut people from the list.
When was
Your
that?
own inability to cut people from the list. Not to, like, include, like, family pressure.
Yeah.
Like, you weren't leaving people off that family, like, that, you know, your parents or somebody might have been like, no, you need to invite this person, or you really should invite this person, which, again, fuck out of here. That's not your decision.
Yeah.
You talk a big game. You talk a real big fucking game.
When did we have that conversation?
It was while we were in college.
I do remember that.
We didn't. Yeah, you remembered it. You remembered it
I was
immediately.
making sure there wasn't another conversation you were talking about.
Oh, do you want to talk about other conversations that we were talking about? Because it was post college when we were like, we're not doing a wedding.
Yeah. Well, 2024, Shelby.
Yeah, 2024 Shelby's a fucking phoney.
I'm a phony.
Just a chameleon.
Oh my god.
I totally know what canonically means.
Oh my god.
I totally know.
Let that joke bleed into every facet of our lives.
I totally know what you mean by lift traditional.
Oh my god. I don't want to do this anymore.
The podcast?
Yeah, I'm just done.
Or wear the suit?
I just don't want to do it anymore.
And then what's the bit? Okay. All right, that could work.
Second thought on weddings.
There's more.
I said I only have 2. No gifts to the attendees. Stop buying people stuff.
I agree. I agree 95% of the way.
Yeah. I'm not saying we've never received a nice gift. I'm not saying they haven't been thoughtful.
Right.
Just don't do them. Just stop.
Yeah, I mean, may I get intentional? May I, like,
Oh, I suppose.
May I talk about, like, specifics?
Sure, that's fine.
So the one wedding we went to, we got wine stoppers.
Yes.
Practical.
Yeah.
Usable.
And I actually loved they didn't have anything on them.
Perfect.
Even
if it would have been their first initials, though.
Sure.
If it would have been,
sure.
Like, for us, if it would have said S+S.
Yeah.
Fine. Totally fine. Because it's still practical. It's still useful.
Yeah.
And it's like a nice little thing that, like, you remember
Yeah.
each time you use it or
Sure.
see it.
Sure.
I don't know, because I don't think we've ever been to a wedding where we've gotten any sort of like gift, unless I'm forgetting, where it was just like, please stop. Like, don't give me a fucking like live strong bracelet. You know?
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
give me
yeah.
something like that.
I know. I am now blanking on like every favor.
Don't give me a magnet.
Yeah.
Don't give me so I'm with you on that. But
Yeah.
like I do think there is like a line
Yeah.
where it's like iPads. Okay.
Give me.
Um but yeah, like again, it just needs to be practical.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm guessing like the reason you're saying it is because like you're so anti like shirt that commemorates this one
Yes,
event.
I am. And I'm against branded stuff
Yeah.
because it's clearly just meant to like project whatever the goal is of
Yeah.
which yeah, either an event or a company or whatever.
I know.
Which is why I am honestly pretty against engraved things. I think it's dumb because you've literally given that like no one is gonna want that past that. You've like
Yeah.
you've lessened the chance of it being usable past the person you've given it to
Yeah.
by like easily 80%.
I will say though too that like those types of like gifts and stuff are just like just a waste of money.
No, so
Normally.
that's really actually what bothers me. Is
Like
like
it's like
people will sometimes
you
spend like a couple hundred on that
right.
shit for like stuff people are gonna kind of be like it's gonna end up in a drawer and be like probably thrown out within 5
That's
years.
the main reason I would say I would agree with you and like
Yeah.
don't like it is that like you just spent money on just an unnecessary thing.
Right. 100%. Like let that money go into like the food or like whatever.
Sure.
The shit that's like not the point of the night, but like the fun part of the night.
Well, the thing that like
People are coming and like want that to be good and
right.
everything. But yeah. Do you have any wedding hot takes?
Yeah, I do.
All right. I've realized
Open bars.
get rid of them.
No.
Requirement.
Kind of a must.
Kind of a must.
Kinda. Really depends.
Really depends.
Depends on how many people I know.
Yeah.
So to play it safe, if you're inviting me to a wedding,
Yeah.
have an open bar.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It just like feels right to have something in your hand.
Yeah.
And if I had to spend money, I wouldn't do it.
I'll put something in your hand.
So I do agree with that 100%. Yeah. I've also realized at this point in my life, there's probably a very low chance of me ever being asked to be a bridesmaid for someone.
Mm-hmm.
And I am kind of excited about that.
Yeah, you're excited that you weren't close enough to anybody to be included in their big ceremony, their big day.
Yeah.
Hey, good for you.
Hey, thanks. There's just like
Personally, that would fill me with a sense of dread that nobody actually likes me.
really.
Yeah.
No, I don't care. I don't have to like spend more money. I don't have to coordinate
Sure.
extra days.
Right.
I don't have to.
But you do have to come to terms with the fact that nobody likes you.
That's true. I know. I think I came to that term. I came to the. Yeah. I understand.
Do you want to try that again?
No. No, I'm like, I don't care.
Hmm.
If I never have to buy a bridesmaid's dress, I'll be happy.
Okay. Say, it's pretty shallow.
It's shallow.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was asked, I would do it. I
Right.
just see the chances of that happening pretty
Totally.
low.
Right. And you're happy about that.
I'm not upset about it.
You're happy about it.
Sure.
Right.
It's a win.
Childless cat lady.
You're just here to shoot everything down I say today.
Yeah.
That's really the energy you brought today.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
you have a lot of aggression
I
going
don't
on
really
over
know
there.
I'm trying to think if I'm really going to be in anymore. I don't know. There are friends that like if they were to get married, I'm like, there's a chance, but like, there's no guarantees that your friends are going to get married.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
or that they aren't just going to go and do
Whatever.
what we did.
Yeah.
Or less.
Right.
You know. So, I feel like there's probably 2 people
Yet.
left who are not married there's 3 people.
There's 5.
There's 4 people. There actually is 5 people where
Shut
I wouldn't be
up.
surprised. Only 2 of them though, I'm like, no, actually only 1 of them. I'm like, I would. Without doubt.
Be asked?
Be asked.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
If anything were to happen though.
Yeah. Right.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
What if like how like bridesmaids, it's becoming a thing to just like let the bridesmaids kind of just wear whatever. What if they stopped coordinating men's suits?
All men's suits look the same though.
Well, like, yeah, but also like now, like, would you have to be like bridesmaids sometimes aren't even coordinated color.
Yeah.
That it's
I
like,
know.
would it drive people crazy if there's gray, navy, and black up there?
I hear you.
That's
But
one.
it's
That's
so
the
much
obvious
it's
thing
so
with
much
men's
easier with
suits.
men's suits though.
Right.
Whereas like women doing like different colors and stuff. Like I think and maybe I'm crazy. I think there's something like really nice about when women are wearing like different colors.
Mm-hmm.
But but with men it's like it's so easy
Right.
to just
Coordinate.
pick gray,
yeah.
or pick blue,
yeah,
or pick black. You have
right.
3 options. Just all get on the same page.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whereas like it's like every color. Like just go for like an Easter palette.
Yeah.
Or go for like, you know what I mean? And it's like it'll look great.
Yeah.
But with men it's like you're going to use those colors as the accent.
Right. That's true.
And like that'll like change.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the actual suit, it's just like just fucking coordinate.
Okay.
Like please.
Yeah. I do think it would look a little interesting. It would look like it looks intentional with bridesmaids. With groomsmen, I do think it would look like you just didn't send the text of what suit to get.
Right. Right. I don't know how else to describe
No,
it.
like I agree. It's interesting that there's a difference there.
Yeah, just double standards.
Double standards across the board.
Rules for thee, not for me.
Oh my god. Anyway, that was all I had because you just keep shooting my ideas down. I'm done.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else for a wedding that I'm like.
I kind of want to like get better at dancing, so I don't dance like I'm still in a middle school dance, which is just bopping. But like, what is dancing anymore?
Bopping.
Yeah, I don't want it to be that.
Okay.
I want it to be more exciting.
Okay.
More like just with it. I don't know.
I mean, you and I can just come up with choreographed dances.
That'd be fun. But then we need them to play those songs, or we just have a dance that works for anything.
I think we would have like 3 dances that work for anything.
Okay, I like that.
And like we can just like look at each other and be like up, and like we know like
right.
we're doing the like more fast paced choreographed
dance.
Yeah. And like,
like
down is like a little bit slower one, and then like middle.
Right. I like it. I just I think that's the one thing. Like I want to be better at that. I just think liven things up a little bit.
Yeah. No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out today. That was the episode. As always, you can find our socials in the episode description.
Oh my god.
I don't know what we're talking about next week, but I actually don't for real this time. So
fuck off.
We'll see you next week. I think we have
it?
a movie club soon. Yeah, what else do you want to do?
I don't know.
We have a movie club coming up soon. Dude, we're at 50 minutes. What else do you want?
I don't know. I just like kind of went out with a whimper. So
Yeah, well, we have a movie club in 2 weeks.
we only have one more movie to watch.
Shit, we gotta do that.
When?
Dude, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. Maybe that's what we'll talk about is our failure to be able to watch shit these days. Can't watch any of our Halloween movies. Anyway, we have movie club coming up in 2 weeks. It's going to be a good one. This year is, what's the year, 2015? It is going to be really hard to talk about all these movies. So check back on October 28th for our movie club. I'm pumped. It's going to be good. Anyway, until next time, goodbye.